All right, guys, today I'm going to be showing you the best damage DPS units in Anime Last Stand, so you can slap infinite mode, raid modes, etc. with some insane damage. Let's get it started. But before we do, remember, guys, we are doing the 1 million Robux giveaway. All you guys have to do to enter is hit the subscribe button and drop a like on the video. We'll be picking the winner at 1 million subs, so stay tuned for that. Shout out to Instincts and the whole tier list team for cooking up the spreadsheet that we'll be using for this video. All right, if you guys want to get it, it's in the tier list channel. Let's get it popping, guys. We're gonna go based on the glitch only DPS, so let's get it started. Let's start down here at number 20. So number 20, you're gonna see some of the easier to get units. So first up at number 20, we have Milim Evo. Now the problem with Milim Evo is she's actually an AoE circle, which is kind of bad. That is, you really want a unit to be full AoE or something, but especially if it's listed down low on the list. Next up, guys, at number 19, we have Dio. This is Dio pre-Evo. Dio pre-Evo is actually really good. And the thing is, he also has cripple and time stop. What a... All right, next up, we have Poochie Made in Heaven. Now, you guys are going to be surprised Poochie is this far down on the list. The reason being is he's actually higher up on the list. If you factor in the fact that he's full AoE. He's all the way at number 5. So mainly it's just because he's not full AoE. I mean, he is full AoE, so units that are full AoE usually have less DPS because they're hitting more of their AoE. All right, next up we have Gojo. Again, Gojo's another full AoE. Oh, no, he's AoE line. He's actually pretty decent, though. Unfortunately, though, you guys are going to see his nuke is pretty low. If you guys don't know, the newer units have like 15 billion nukes, while he only has a 7.5 billion nuke. But he also has slow and time stop, so he's still worth it. All right, next up we have Oni General. This guy is a Black Flames unit with AoE line, a decent DPS. All right, next up we have one of the best units. Now he's only number 15 on this list, but he is full AoE. So in reality, he's way higher. He's actually number 7 on this list. It's pretty insane. A very great unit to have, and he's also electric, which adds in some extra damage and stun. It's pretty sweet. And the funny thing is, he's actually almost as good as Rimuru. The main difference is range, of course, and the fact that Rimuru has way better AoE DPS. All right, and look at this. Rimuru also has Fear, Nuke, and insta-kill if they have less than 15% HP. Really freaking busted. All right, I actually bring Rimuru along with me on our infinite mode run that we're doing. So let me go show off Rimuru to you. Now, Rimuru also has a pretty cool skin. This is going to give you bonus in the Rimuru portals, which isn't really valid anymore. But you're going to see Rimuru starts as Dark Flames. And look at Rimuru's damage, guys. 54 million. And I have glitched and max skill tree on it. 54 million looks a little low, but remember, has Fear, and the SPA is very fast. And look at that full AoE, guys. That AoE is absolutely insane. In fact, on the list, number 3 if you factor in that OP AoE. All right, next up on the list, we have Johnny Tusk Act. I'm actually kind of surprised he's this high on the list. Again, though, he has a smaller AoE circle, but he is slow and cripple, so that's not too bad. But you can see, like, look, his AoE DPS is so bad, mainly because of that AoE circle. All right, next up we have Ichibei. Yeah, Ichibei is actually pretty high on this list, but the thing is he's an AoE line unit, so it's not really that great. Now, I don't know what Eraser does. They never told me. So if you guys know what Eraser does, please comment that down below. My guess is it like removes the element or something, but for some reason they didn't show that on the dev post list, which showed everything else. So I don't entirely know what that passive does. If you guys know what Ichibei does, please let me know. Nobody's told me yet. All right, next up we have Sung Jin Woo, but the thing about Sung Jin Woo is he's infinite mode only because his passive ability works over time. So this is not really good for normal modes. It's more like infinite mode run, and still he's only 11, and he only has an AoE cone, so he's not really that great. So Sung Jin Woo is definitely kind of fallen out of the meta. In fact, he's fallen out of the meta so much that Kenpachi is actually better than him now, which is crazy. And Kenpachi is also Hemorrhage as well. So like, and I believe he's also Dark Element, so like, he's pretty much completely eclipsed. However, I will say Sung Jin Woo does have his ability as well. All right, next up, guys, we have Yamamoto. Now, Yamamoto also has summons as well, and I don't think this DPS factors in the summons. So summons are really good, especially on like bosses and stuff. So if we go upgrade our Yamamoto all the way to max, unfortunately, I don't have a good trait on him. You can say even without a trait, he's doing so much damage. And the funny thing is, he actually has 4 placement. So I don't know if this DPS list has it updated already, but if we go over here with all techniques, you're going to see that where is he? All Seeing and Shinigami are actually really good on some of these units. So Where is it? Okay, I don't think they put it in. But, yeah, you're going to see that Shinigami is actually really good on some of these units. All right, next up on the list, we have, let's go back to glitch only. We have Yhwach is actually pretty high on this list as well. I believe he's like a better Rimuru, according to this, but Rimuru has more DPS, it looks like, but he has a better nuke, and he also has the buff ability. So Yhwach versus Rimuru is kind of you pick whichever one you like, because Rimuru has like better range and stuff, but Yhwach is doing better straight up DPS. Kaiju number 8 is another unit that's kind of old. You're gonna see his AoE DPS is so low. Now I actually have him on my team today, so let's go show him off a little bit. He starts off with very low damage, which is really bad, but whenever you max him out, he has some pretty decent damage with the SPA, considering he's only Overlord. So that's not bad at all, but you're gonna see how small his AoE is. Like, so Rimuru's doing like this. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. So that's why some of these units are a little bit different here, because the AoE, like, which one would you rather have? This giant AoE or this tiny AoE? So that's what the second half of the list is for. We'll go over the top 5 of those later after this. So next up at number 6, surprisingly, we have Gremmy. Yeah, Gremmy's actually stronger than Yhwach according to this list. Barely, but he is. And he also has a nuke as well, but he does not have the 10% buff. So the 10% buff definitely makes up for the difference. But, yeah. And then actually the best unit of this update, surprisingly, I was like, what? Is actually Ichigo. Now the thing is, Ichigo has such a tiny AoE circle. Look at this, guys. His AoE DPS is absolutely atrocious. So that's why I had him ranked low on my other list, because that is insanely low. That is ridiculously low, man. Huh. And he has no abilities? Like, what? And another unit that actually surprised me as well is Kira Evo. Now, you're going to see he also has really low damage for AoE, but his DPS makes up for it. And he's actually really good with Shinigami as well. If you guys take a look at the all techniques list, Shinigami has him at number 21. I think they nerfed it a little bit, but yeah. Or after this update, he kind of fell a little bit, but he's actually really good. He got slightly nerfed though. All right, number 3, we have Pride. Now, Pride has 19 million and full AoE, and he also buffs your entire team by 20%, which is absolutely busted. So I also brought him today, so I'll show you his max glitch stats. Where did I put? Am I blind? Is that fair? All right, here we go. So yeah, I have him with glitch. So I'll show you his max stats if you guys want to see it. Look at that, guys. 54. Oh, wait, can I do a stat too? 54 plus 65. So it's over 100 million damage. Absolutely busted OP and full AoE and a pretty decently fast SPA. And my stats aren't even that good on him. Dang, I need to fix those. That's crazy low. But look how good he is, man. Frick. Busted OP. And he's hybrid off rip. Really, really good. All right, number 2, we have Sukuna. Well, I do have Sukuna. I don't have him on my thing. Now, he actually has a slightly worse AoE cone, but he gives 35% range buff, which is crazy. That's going to really help your AoE DPS. And look at that, guys. Pretty good stats. And number 1 is actually Dio over Heaven, which really surprised me. I don't know how they got that, but let's go. I have glitched Dio over Heaven, so let's go max him out. 71.3 million, 24.96 SPA in over Heaven. And he also summons as well. So that's probably why they have him ranked so high. You can see this is the summon. Pretty freaking sick. So Dio, according to this, is actually the highest DPS in the entire game. Honestly, it really surprised me. So let's go quickly over the AoE DPS list. The top 6 we'll go over. So Yamamoto makes the list. Veldora and Sukuna and Guts are actually still there. So Guts, we didn't see him on the list, but because of his AoE, he's really good. So number 1 is Dio over Heaven. They're all AoE full, guys. That's one thing about this. All these are AoE full units. They're not necessarily the best for bosses, but for just like thinning the herd, they're great. So there you go, guys. Again, big shout out to the whole tier list team, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And comment down below any video ideas you have, and don't forget to subscribe to enter the 1 million Robux giveaway. Peace out.